And we are live. I'm here, you're beautiful. It's Thursday night. That must mean it's time for GotBot Goes live. I, of course, am your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. And before we get started at all, I really want to say thank you to each and every person watching this live or watching this after the fact. This is the 6th anniversary show. When I started this in 2019, it was 3 days before myself and Starscream wife got married, and she went from being Starscream fiance to Starscream wife. When I started the channel, she was Starscream girlfriend. So those of you who have been around a long time have really kind of lived some of our life with us. And of course, that anniversary is coming up now in just a couple of days on Monday. But this Thursday is the 6th-year anniversary of the live show. So I do want to give a heartfelt thank you to everyone who has been on the journey to this point and on the journey going forward. I really do love and appreciate each and every single one of you. We will cover tonight things from the live stream on Tuesday. We're going to talk about Symbiote Studios. We're going to talk about Mechanic Skull Studios. We're going to talk about a Star Convoy potential issue, a whole bunch of stuff. And of course, we will kind of conclude things with trivia as well as this week's unboxing. And I'm kind of excited about it. Actually, one thing for the unboxing I wasn't going to include, because I didn't have it until today when I came home from work. Starscream wife actually had something that's now going to be part of the unboxing tonight. And those of you who know when Starscream wife picks me up something, it sometimes it's quirky, sometimes it's cool, sometimes it's both. So it could be a little bit of anything. We'll see kind of as we go through the evening. I also want to note right now, I have Crasher. Now, before anybody says, oh, GotBot, you have the Wave 2 Age of the Primes Crasher. No, I don't. I have the Velocitron Speedia 500. It's the exact same Crasher. The Crasher coming out is a reissue. It should have been done just like Cosmos. Crasher was difficult to find, somewhat short-packed. So I absolutely, positively am glad to see Crasher get out there. Because I don't actually have a review for tomorrow, I will be kind of resharing around this one tomorrow. If you didn't see it, you can certainly check it out then. And I'm doing that because my thoughts haven't changed. There's no need for me to redo and rebuy the same thing. I know what my thoughts are about this use of the Mirage mold, for sure. I like it. Is it perfect? No, but I certainly do like it. So that's technically kind of tomorrow's review. And I know that as the Wave 2 stuff has been showing up, most notably the Skybite and the Heatwave in Canada and the US, I know that there's been evidence in Walmart in Canada of the Wave 2 Deluxes being Alchemist and Vortex. Wave 2 Deluxes are also now starting to come out in the US. The first evidence of such with the photograph is Crasher, though there are claims that there's also being Vortex and Alchemist. We'll get to it when we get to it. So I felt like it was a good time to kind of share this one around again because she's coming out again. So if you want to call her part of the unboxing, go for it. By the way, also, and I mentioned it last week, this 2-pack is coming out in Canada at EB Games, which is amazing. And I mentioned the cut off the nubs on the back of the knees. For those who don't know, anybody who knows the War for Cybertron Gamer Megatron, for example, will know this already. There are little nubs, little hooks on the back of the knees. And when they're there, like that's about as deep of a knee bend as you're going to get. To me, that's garbage. So I cut them off so that he could get over 90 degrees, and it has affected nothing. I totally suggest you do it as well. I love the colors on this guy. Okay, that being said, I'm just going to take a second to see kind of who we got here, and then we're going to kind of kick the news off. I really don't want to waste any time. Tomorrow is my last day of the school year. Today was the last day with students. Tomorrow, teachers go in. We got things we got to do on the last day. I'm kind of getting a bit geared up here, so to speak, right? So let's check and see who's here. Hey, Joel. It has been a while, my friend. Hey, Big M. I saw that you had quite a haul, Big M. Something, I believe you said something about a hit to the wallet. And I was like, that's a lot of commander class, buddy. But I hope you're happy with them. Hey, Daryl. I photographed the... Oh, yeah. Actually, that's true. Daryl did photograph our wedding. That's a good point. And at the wedding, at the wedding, for those who don't know, my tie had Shattered Glass Autobot logos on it because purple is my favorite color, which Starscream wife had made for me by, like, it was custom made. I had Autobot symbol cufflinks, and amongst our pictures, one was in front of, I guess, a suit that was used for a Megatron cosplay, Transformers Prime Megatron cosplay. It was fun. Even Daryl said it was one of the most fun he had taken pictures up to that point. So I'm glad that it was enjoyable for the photographer and the photographies. I guess, is that what we call us? The photographies? I don't know what we call us. Hey, Francis, Ash. Is that what 6 is? The Iron Anniversary? Hey, Matthew. And a day before your birthday. Happy birthday, Matthew. Happy early birthday, my friend. Hey, Caldeo. Hey, Sean. And if I skip stuff, guys, you know the deal. If I skip stuff, I apologize now. Hey, Lion, Marcus. I kind of wish they would repaint Crasher into her white repaint. Interesting. You never know, but that's interesting. As we go down here a little bit, it was a prime time wedding, eh? You know what? It kind of was. It kind of was. Did the wedding cake have a little Optimus and a Lita topper? Actually, it had an Optimus. It was also a custom topper that I think came from like Europe. And it was Optimus and Sailor Moon, because anybody who knows Starscream wife knows that she's a huge Sailor Moon fan. Actually, I don't know if it was Sailor Moon. Was our cake topper Sailor Moon or Princess Serenity? That's what I thought. Yeah. Our cake topper is Optimus and Princess Serenity. Traditionally, we would get a cake a lot of times on our wedding and we put our topper on it. Just, I don't know why we do it. We just do it. But I don't think we did it last year, funny enough. But yeah, funny that you mentioned that. Okay, let's get into the news and have ourselves a good time here. We're going to go down here. And I'm going to start with this first. Okay, so this is like an eBay listing because it's the only set of pictures I was able to find for this. I'm not an eBay guy, but just so you know, and you can see there what the price would be. This is the Mechanic Skull Studios upgrade kit for animated Omega Supreme that would go on the Kingdom Arc. And I guess you can kind of see it down here, basically. Let's see. I don't know if I can see better here. Yeah, like, there you go. Hold on. I don't think that it wanted to. I don't think I'm going to be able to show it because it didn't want to do the thing. I'm not really going to. I'm not going to be able to show more than this. So the head top of the arc. I don't know why it didn't load quite right. Weird. The head goes on the top of the arc. The two hands are both replaced. One with the blaster that's on the left hand. The right hand gets replaced with a like 3-fingered thing. And you can sort of see down in the corner down here a little bit of what it is that I'm talking about with it. Hold on one second. Let me stop that. And hold on. Let me see here if I can. Yeah. Okay. Hold on. I'm going to try sharing this with you guys again here now. Just so you can see it. There you go. So you can kind of get a better look here with the head on and the two hands, for example. So, you know, like I think it's a cool set myself. Like, there you go. There's a cool look at it. Now, that being said, is it perfect? No. Would you have to repaint the arc? Yes. And is the arc a perfect mold reuse? Well, it's sort of backwards. Like, if you know animated Omega Supreme, like here it's sort of like the arms are the legs and the legs are the arms. I think it works, but you do have to sort of squint a little bit. Is it worth, $65, $66 US? I don't know about that. But I want to show it, and it's one of those like pieces of news that seems to have gone a little bit under the radar, I suppose, is the best way that I can sort of say it. I kind of wish they would repaint Crasher into the white one. We already had that. Might want to get that. I'm surprised. Now we got a fan-made animated Omega Supreme conversion kit. I mean, I think that that's pretty cool. I think it's a cool kit if you're into animated Omega. Okay, let's get into our main news next. Hold on. And we're going to kick things off with a bit of a QC issue for this guy. It is, of course, Star Convoy. And there is a little bit of a QC issue where the translucent plastic behind the chest doesn't quite fit. You can see, if you look at the, see if I can bring the arrow up there. If you look right here on the corner, it's not quite flush in there. And you can sort of see what you would have to do. You got to take out 2 screws, push it in, and then put the screws back in, and then it should be flush. And it's just those top corners. Honestly, it's too bad that that exists, but I don't know if I would have noticed it. I'm glad somebody did, because, I mean, flexing that plastic forever can't be good. But I don't know if I would have particularly noticed it. But if you're getting Star Convoy, go for it. I've seen a couple of reviews so far. Everybody sort of says his plastic is real thin and he feels real thin. I've been on the fence about him. I like the selects, but like, I don't know what to think of this. We talked about the e-hobby garage kits or garage kits that you paint last week. And this is a closer look at a couple of them. Like, there's Optimus, right? And when you get it, it's like this. You got to cut all of the sprue pieces and stuff off, right? Because it's the way that it's done. That's the display base. We also have Soundwave. I think the Soundwave looks super cool. Obviously, you paint this up as well. Don't look so cool when you got all of the other, like, Drek kind of falling off it. And Tarn. I think Tarn looks real sinister here, man. Real sinister. And then it looks like he's melting. That's the only way I can describe that. So if you're into the little miniatures and like the painting them and stuff, like, cool. It's a way to go for sure. We're not going. Well, we'll talk about the fan stream in a little bit. Rumor. We know that there is a rumored missing link Grimlock. We know that there is a rumored missing link Ultra Magnus. I have reported on both. Well, now the latest rumor is a missing link Ironhide, a missing link Ratchet, and a missing link. It just says Decepticon. What Decepticon that is, who knows? Is the Grimlock verified and true? No. Is the Ultra Magnus verified and true? No. Is this verified and true? No. Not at this point. They are rumors. I guess we'll pay attention because you never know, right? Funko Pops. We know that there was like an online weird one. You had to trade in tokens and stuff of Cheetor. Well, now they're kind of expanding that. My understanding is these are just regular Funko Pops. And we have Black Arachnia, who does look cute, I'll admit. Optimus Primal, Megatron. I do like the head sculpt on Megatron and that skull that he has. And Rhinox. I find Rhinox's red eyes, they're very haunting for some weird reason. So, I mean, again, I've never really fully comprehended the point of Pops, but if you're into them, and I know a lot of people love them and love to display them, then, I mean, cool, I guess. We have a gray prototype of MPG Optimus Prime. I still get huge Studio Ox vibes from this guy. The axe in hand, I mean, the blaster can go over his shoulder. It's certainly stylized, right? You can see a lot of the, like, line work and built-in detail and stuff for him. And I appreciate this line work. I think the line work, though, looks better than the actual product myself, personally. The head, certainly a bit stylized with his crest coming down as far as it does. The truck looks cool and clean, and it still looks pretty clean here. Though, admittedly, if we look at the bottom picture, I do think that the back of the truck, where I guess his legs are, I do feel like that's out a bit far, you know? Like, I feel like that goes out a little far, but it might just be the angle, you know? I could be wrong. I just feel like it's out a bit far. That said, it's probably accurate because you can see, for example, like the real world reference down here that they kind of use as a bit of an inspiration and guide. So it's probably, you know, I'm sure they know what they're doing in that regard. It does work. I believe this is the trailer for MP44. So if you want a different Optimus and use that trailer, go for it, I suppose. I'll look here at the instructions, and he seems to have pretty big chunky pieces for his instructions, which is a bit different for MP. It's definitely showing the new way that they're going with I'm going to say a more simplified transformation scheme. I don't know if simplified is the right term, but that's what I'm going to say for now. Obviously, highly posable, no doubt about it. And this does look pretty cool, but undoubtedly, this is stylized. I do like the clean look of the front of the vehicle. And of course, you see the grayscale there. And like this kind of colored up one, right? So you get a pretty fair idea. I like the blades in the wrist too, very movie-esque. It's a nice amalgam of, as you can see here, Siege, G1, and the two versions, well, at least two versions from the movie. That last one, I'm not sure if it's a Rise of the Beasts or a Bumblebee movie, but you get the idea. And I think that's what they were going for here. I don't think it's intended to be one iteration of Optimus. I think it's intended to be stylized to hit on kind of a bunch of iterations of Optimus and pay homage that way too. So, I mean, it is what it is, right? I don't know. I'm not an MP guy or an MPG guy, but I respect this. I do. I respect this. Pulse Con. So Pulse Con exclusive is going to be Commander Class Armada Nemesis Prime with the Vorpal Saber. This listing has been found. So this is a confirmed listing. Obviously, this is going to be a reuse of the fantastic Commander Class Legacy Evolution, I think it was, Armada Optimus Prime. And I'm not a Unicron Trilogy guy, but when I reviewed that, I actually said the hype for this is real. I absolutely understand why it's getting the praise it gets. It's pretty fantastic. And I even had a couple of things done wrong in the review, and it still managed to work out the way it was supposed to. And that's a real testament to the design that, if you do a little something wrong, that you can still work it, that it works. It might be a tab here, or you forget to fold something in there, minor stuff, but it really doesn't affect something that's fantastic. I expect this to be the same thing. The really interesting part is the Vorpal Saber, because that is confirmed to be made up of 3 mini-cons. If you're doing that saber, logic would say you're probably going to do the Star Saber. I would love to know how they're going to release those mini-cons. My gut instinct says that some of these 3-pack mini-cons might get released as a deluxe. After all, they did it with 3 mini-cons before. Does anybody remember Centurion or Centuritron or whatever it was called? The little 3 mini-con combiner that was like a tank and a helicopter, and I can't remember what the other one was now. I want to say it was Centuritron, but I really can't remember the name because I didn't have it. I did review it because one of our sons had it. Stable? No, not at all. But my point is that there is precedent for a 3-member Minicon team to be released at a deluxe price point. And I could see them doing that. But this is an interesting listing. Obviously, if you want to do justice to Nemesis Prime, the dude would need a new head sculpt, obviously. But I think it's an exciting listing for Unicron Trilogy fans for sure. I mentioned this earlier. Out in the US, you have Skybite and you have Heatwave, also out in Canada. In this case, they were found at a Target in both Hanover, Pennsylvania. That's where Skybite was found, as well as a Target in Hampton, Virginia. And that, I guess, is... I don't know. Oh, no, sorry. The Heatwave and Skybite were found in Pennsylvania, and then later the Skybite was found in Virginia. So they're eking out in the U.S. as well, for those of you that live in the U.S. We're going to go here, and we'll go down, right down here to the bottom. Found in Canada is Mixmaster, even though pre-orders just went up. Walmart in Ontario, I think it is it? No, Quebec, I'm sorry. A Walmart in Quebec already has Mixmaster put out as well. The War for Cybertron Thundercracker was also spotted in Mississauga in Ontario at a Walmart. So they're coming out. Pre-orders are going up, but they're coming out fast and furious. We do have, I like this. This is some images of the Devastation 2-pack with the Seeker Elite. Those Optimus Primal-esque swords are gigantic. He comes with 2 of those and 2 Null Rays, of course. You can see him there next to other versions of the Optimus Primal's sword. In fact, right next to, I'm pretty sure, is the Kingdom, and I think the other one might be the Rise of the Beasts. But this one is even bigger than that. I mean, it's a cool repaint of Ramjet, basically, right? I do like the blacks and the grays on this guy. I'm not going to lie. There he is with Ramjet. Funny enough. Great looking jet. Really, really, really cool jet. The canopy pops against the somewhat terrifying gunmetal gray, as do the Decepticon logos, for sure. Great looking jet. I didn't pre-order this. I said I'll wait and see if I see it. And if I see it, I might get it. But it looks really good. I love this. This is the runabout, run amok mold. A lot of people have gripes with it. I like it. I also like that sword with it. I'm pretty sure that sword is the same one. If it's not the same one, it's a similar cast to the one that Springer came with. This looks really cool. But what I actually like the best about it is not the robot. I actually love the car because I love the cell shading on the yellow windows. This screams devastation to me. Transformers devastation, not like real life devastation. I think this is a really cool use of it. I like the sword even on the top because what a wild way to go about things. I think it's a cool set. I don't think it's a necessary set in a collection, but I think that it's a really cool set. And if you loved the Devastation game, this is a must get, right? Symbiote Studios, they showed off their Laserbeak. Not much to say, and their Soundwave for the record. This is cute. This is adorable. I'm glad he even has his little blasters on the back. Their Soundwave and a couple of logos, and the logos are big. Like they're throw pillows for your couch, right? So that's cute. We'll see us like a little bit later. We'll see Snarl as well. Nick Roach is going to be attending TF Nation. I feel like he always goes to TF Nation. We had some more images of Megatron here. And I'm just going to say it. When the blue came up here, I said, like, I can't see past it. I can't look past it. And some people said, like, it doesn't bother them. Some people said, oh, it's the saturation. The legs here are blue. Dude, I've been tested 3 times for color blindness. If you see anything other than blue here, you should go to your eye doctor and get tested because it's not. It's blue. We'll revisit this in a few moments. Now, I do respect Megatron's range of articulation. I also find the waist really poorly designed. I do not like this out here. I don't know a way to fix it. I'm not going to lie. I could not design it better. But there's something about that whole hip sticking off. It's not a deal breaker like the legs, but there's something about that whole hip sticking off that's rubbing me the wrong way, at least at that angle. But I do love the articulation. I love the red. I love the like buttons and doodads and stuff on his tummy. The fusion cannon is growing on me. It's not right, but it's growing on me because of its size. I like the red on the elbows. I love the head sculpt. So there are things I like about it, but that blue is atrocious. It's just plain wrong. It's just wrong. But like I said, we'll revisit that in a bit. Oh, and I love the head sculpt. You got the little triangles on the top of his head, like brow head, and then you got the black eyebrows and the scowl on his face. I do love the head sculpt. We'll go up here. New Jersey Collector Con, that's going to be on August 9th and 10th, their door prize this time, because every year they have like a big old door prize. And this one is, where was it? Can I find it? It was like a G.I. Joe collection compendium book or something. Yeah, The Art of G.I. Joe, a Real American Hero, omnibus hardcover set. So I don't know what's in that set. But they've done some impressive door prizes at those events. So I don't know. It'd be cool to see. Studio Series 28, Age of the Prime's Triptychon reissue out in the UK. If you're wondering what Studio Series 28, Studio Series Wave 28 is, that's Bone Crusher and Q. So Bone Crusher, Q, and Triptychon out in the UK if you're looking for it. This is the recap of the fan stream. We'll go back. We'll go back to that. We'll do that as news. We'll go back to that. This is just Skybound Transformers Robert Kirkman and Dan Mora lead new creative team. Yeah, that's just new solicitations. I am going to mention this now, though. So there is a rumor that the Skybound Energon universe is getting its own TV show. Yes, that they're going to take that universe and adapt it to a TV show. See if I can just find the little bits and pieces. I didn't have a lot on it. Yeah, apparently Skybound Energon Universe will become a cartoon. It'll go to one of the streaming services. More details are apparently planned to quickly follow at SDCC in about a month from now. So besides for whatever they're going to reveal, anybody who likes the Energon universe, you might have some real excitement coming. And while a lot of people said, I wish they'd adapt IDW as a show, IDW, and I've said it before, is just poorly ran and poorly done. What they've been doing here has been impressive. And I think what they're hoping to do, because people have seemed to enjoy the Energon universe, this is a good opportunity to do a show that can incorporate Transformers and G.I. Joe along with the like comic universe only characters. It's a great way for them to expand the comic and potentially expand a universe of cartoons. I mean, could we end up with a G.I. Joe Energon universe cartoon? Dare I hope that one day they introduce Mask and we get an Energon Mask cartoon. I know, I'm hoping. I know, I'm hoping against hope. But I do think that that's a very neat thing for us to consider. Going on down here. So out in the UK as well, we have in-hand images of this guy. It is the Cyberworld Scorponok. I have complained about these guys not having elbows. It's because the arms aren't even attached. There's a mechanism where you attach chunks, and you could take Skorponok's arms and put them on someone else, and someone else's arms and put them on Skorponok. I think this is very similar to the technology used for Takara's Wild King. I wouldn't doubt, but we learned that, hey, the Wild King limbs can also work with the Cyberworld stuff. I think that's where we're going to go with this. This is okay, I guess. Like, you got the legs on the side. You got a saw over here and one claw over here. The blaster on his shoulders there. I do like the very long tail. I think that's very cool. And I guess these are treads on the back. And then we got this. I mean, it looks like the entire, like, it looks like this entire blue back is right down the back. Can't imagine that the legs have any articulation. Seems to be articulation at the shoulders. I don't think there are elbows. He's a big lad. There's, not huge, but he's a big lad, because while you can see Grimlock there, you can also see the deluxe class Bumblebee, the like Netflix / retro Bumblebee down there. So like he's much bigger than a deluxe. I don't even mind the colors. I know they're not your typical Skorponok colors, but I don't even mind the colors. I just wish it was a good figure that had articulation. I guess, and like, not for nothing, you can take the arms and put them on Grimlock, right? That's why I was saying they have the connections, right? That I think are possibly akin to Wild King, and I could be wrong about that. So that's, I don't know about Wild King, man. I'm not against it. I just wish that they had elbows and knees and better articulation. And for the love and honor of God, yes, Yolo Park, we hear you finally. Here is your full color look at their Soundwave. And I said before that it looked impressive in the grayscale. I'd like to see a full color. Here's a full color of him and Ravage. And you know what? It looks splendid. Did any of us expect anything less from Yolo Park at this point? This is, I believe, an AMK Pro, if I'm not mistaken. And it's funny, they seem to have really gotten into, yeah, AMK Pro. The AMK and AMK Pro. Remember, like, Playmo? Like, I haven't heard of those model kits in a while. And I get that they're more complex and complicated. I'm wondering if, with the way the economy has been in the last little while, they've sort of shelved that for now because it's getting to the point of being a little cost prohibitive. I don't know. Time will tell, but this is beautiful. And of course, being a pro, it has the LEDs and the die cast and all the doodads and whatnot. We go down. This is the other Symbiote Studios. Snarl. He is adorable. I wish his head was gold and not black. I don't know why they gave him a black head, but other than that, he's adorable. And another look there at Laserbeak. Starscream wife would probably like him. She loves the Steggy, right? So I haven't showed this to her yet, but I guess I will after the show, and she'll probably go like, "Oh my god, he's so cute," because that's usually her reaction to Steggies. Just because she loves Steggies, and of course, like I said, Laserbeak. And this shirt, if you want a shirt with Grimlock yelling on it, growling on it, snarling on it, whatever Grimlock does. Go down. David K is going to go to TFCon Chicago in October. So if you haven't met him or you'd like to meet him again, that's your opportunity. And Age of the Primes, Deluxe Wave 2 sightings. I talked about this already. These were sighted in... Where was it? Target in Orlando yesterday, it says. So there you go. The official announcement where you don't need to see that again. And then we have these. These are the, I guess, the official stock images and stuff. So we'll go in and let's have like some thoughts about this now. But then I'm going to kind of revisit the stream a little bit, and then I'll check in with you guys. By the way, when you see Megatron here, do you see the color down here? This is gray, but that's not what's on the figure. That's gray. In the digital work, I guess, the renders, they're gray. But what we get is, if you call the lower legs of Siege Springer gray, then yes, they're gray. But I got news for you. The lower legs of Siege Springer are blue. They were never gray. They were always this weird blue. And the proof is in the pudding, because 86 Springer got released, and guess what? His lower legs actually are gray. And I get the difference, by the way. I know my color wheel real well with warm and cool colors. That's not it. So we go down here and we'll do this real quick. We've seen the Hearts of Steel stuff before, the Megatron, real janky, but real cool. So does the Bumblebee. Like, we've seen this before, but like it looks accurate to Hearts of Steel. You know what I mean? I like that B comes with the hammer. That Megatron was always a weird design. Certainly looks very sinister though. Love his ginormous, like, cannon fusion cannon. That's really cool. I love Megatron's alt mode. As we go through here, and I don't need to show all of these because there's a million of them. Then we get down here, and there are people that have looked at this and said, "Oh, look at that! Those legs are fixed." No, they're not. They're still blue. That's not fixed. That's not gray. It's got a little more sheen, but it's not gray. Not yet. I think that this is going to be a case of the pick going to do it justice, and we're going to have to wait until we see it in hand. So, for example, I did put in a pre-order, and if it comes in and it's blue, like I suspect, I just won't take it. I'll put it on the shelf and let somebody else buy it. I'm cool with that. I suspect the Takara will have deeper, richer colors. I'm really expecting that. Anyway, the other thing, though, that is excellent news that I have been telling you guys for a solid year, maybe even a year and a half. Guys, do not overpay for Grimlock. 86 Grimlock is getting a reissue. Trust your boy GotBot. And here we have it. I don't lie to you guys, right? Grimlock is coming again. If you missed him, for the love of God, go and get him. Even if you have one of the other colors, get him. Get him. He's so good. So good. The Thundercracker looks really cool. One of the things that was interesting that they noted in the fan stream, the live stream, was that when they tested it, the Seekers with kids chose Thundercracker because he's a blue jet. And that was their reasoning for it. So sure, why not? We have Mixmaster down here. Interestingly, it was also noted in the fan stream that Mixmaster, as well as all of the Constructicons, are designed by the same designer that done the Combiner Wars. So I guess that's why we do get some familiarity, and then why we get tweaks, because he's definitely learned from those designs 10 years ago and been able to go back and be like, we should change this, that, and the other thing, right? Again, Evan said this again, that Mixmaster is a Voyager because we put a ratchet for the ankle. I mean, I'm sorry. And you can talk about the tools and the internal tooling and stuff. Consumers need to see it, because when you don't see it, it's too easy to start fleecing people. So you can say that that's your justification for the price point all you like, with a big doofy smile on your face. But I found it offensive that you said that as a consumer. I found it as you saying, like, trust me, it's all inside. Um, I don't trust you. The only way I'm cool with that is if I can put it on the scale and see that, yes, you're telling me the truth. It is, in fact, still a Voyager. And if I don't see the mass, then you're lying, right? It's as simple as that. Then we get to a bunch of deluxes, actual deluxes. By the way, the reason he mentioned that about Scavenger, who is a deluxe, just like, by the way, and I believe he actually has a working stuff on his tractor mode. This is the Transformers 1 Starscream. And we're going to kind of go through these up right here. I'll run through it very quickly here now. Right? The wheelie is trash. I'm not going to lie. But the Grimlock is wonderful. Right there, Thundercracker, again, you can see it. And apparently all the eyes of the Seekers are different colors like they were in the game. He's a blue jet. What more do you want? You know? Mixmaster looks good. The big advantage here over the Combiner Wars is A, it's a more traditional cement mixer instead of the big industrial one. But B, he actually has bicep swivel because of a cut between the tires. That's one thing that the Combiner Wars is missing, even with the upgrade kit. Undoubtedly, Mixmaster is going to be better than the Combiner Wars one. I like this. I think it's respectable for the Transformers 1 version of Starscream. I love it's very much like the Bumblebee movie version of the Tetrajet Seekers. Very, very similar. He'll be a deluxe. Scavenger, again, very similar to what we have, certainly waist down with Bone Crusher. And by the way, some people talked about the whole Bone Crusher, like the misassembly thing. And I said, man, I didn't notice it. I didn't say it. People said, yours had it, yours had it. It's not mine. It's Daryl's. And apparently it does have it. I got to be honest with you. I still don't know what the issue is. People keep circling stuff and pointing stuff out, and I don't see anything. I don't know what the issue is. It must be so microscopic that with my vision, I can't discern it or something. I don't get it. People are like, oh, it's about hiding a mushroom package. And that's fine. If you see a problem and you wanted to change it or something, go for it. Even, bless his heart, even Dragonfly, like, tried to show me in the instructions and, like, sent me stuff circled and, like, but I don't see it. I don't know what he did. I don't even know what he changed. I don't understand what the problem is. So I'm the wrong guy. I thought Bone Crusher was great. The dude's 102 grams as a deluxe. He's far and above what 99.9% of deluxes are. People are saying, oh, he's derpy. No, he is, for your buying dollar, he is far more a deluxe than most of what you buy. Like, here's what I don't get about fans. People will defend to the nth degree getting scammed and played for a fool and taken advantage of with that piece of garbage 86 Hot Rod, because that's not a Voyager. But yet you get something that is a huge, robust, like Bone Crusher is more product in your hand than that Hot Rod. It's literally, you have more product in your hand for less money. And it's like you can't see the forest for the trees. I'm saying, people, you got to get more, I don't know, analytical or something. Not everybody, but I have noticed a lot more people are getting more analytical about that stuff. But I think he's great. Love this. Instant pre-order. We don't have enough Decepticon females at all. I was stoked when we knew we were getting a McLaren. I was stoked. I'm not even a car guy, but I like a McLaren. Shout out to Need for Speed. I was stoked that we were getting this cool female character named Widowmaker. I get that this is stylized from that for sure, but yeah, 100% in for this. Love it. Look at that car. Beautiful. I'm not even a car guy. Beautiful. And that brings us kind of back around there to the front. So that's cool. Let's get out of this and I'm just going to do this. And I'm not going down to address a couple of things. First, we had Megatron right here. And people were like, oh my goodness, they fixed the legs. If you see anything other than blue there, then, like I said, please go to your eye doctor. And I'm not saying it jokingly. I'm not saying it to be rude. I'm saying it with all sincerity. Please go to your eye doctor and get tested for color blindness if you see gray there on those legs, because that's not what's there. What there is blue. And the only reason I am confident enough to say that is because I have been tested myself 3 times and I'm not colorblind. So make of it what they need to make sure that they get him right. I think it's a desperate thing for them to make sure to get right. It was like Optimus. You had to make sure to get it right, even though those heels were not. I don't mind the tank. Everybody's complaining about the tank. And there's some like add-on handle thing to make the tank into a blaster. Like, guys, just give it up for the love of God. They gave him his blaster. A blaster that's 2 scale to work with other figures. Like, I don't know what people want. And the treads in the back of the leg just look like the grip of the blaster. Like, it don't even look like treads. It looks like the grip of the blaster. Which, guess what? Is supposed to be on the back of the legs. My only gripe with them is I wish the color was correct. Like, it looks better there. But again, that's, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have to see it in hand. I really am going to have to see it in hand. Because so far, I am pretty skeptical about that. I'm not bringing up the images of Grimlock. We already talked about that. Same with Sky, Thundercracker, and the Constructicons. I kind of wanted to just go. First, I wanted to see Devastator. I think that this is a great size for Devastator. I think it works really well. I've always thought the Combiner Wars is too big, even though I'm keeping the Combiner Wars because I just can't justify replacing him when I like it. And I've lived with it for 10 years. And like, I kind of have the headcanon of their big industrial vehicles. But please, if you're in for this, I don't blame you at all. I think it's a great Devastator. I think it's a great looking Devastator. I would never, at this point, I would never suggest to anyone to, if you're a mainline collector, I would never suggest getting the KO of the Combiner Wars Devastator. I would never suggest going back and trying to get the actual Combiner Wars or Unite Warriors Devastator. I would say get the 86. You're going to be much happier, I think, especially since I've now looked at 2 and was quite impressed with both. And you guys know me. I'm a complainer. If I'm not impressed, you'll know about it. Transformers 1, Elita 1. She's spindly. Definitely an adaptation of the 86. She has heel spurs. Love the look of this, though. And I also like how the tires kind of go in the body. Her tires go in the body. She also has a backpack that apparently can work with like the Optimus, the Megatron, and the Bumblebee as well. And that backpack is like back here. It's like a thruster pack thingy. Right? This thing. Right? And apparently it's designed so it can work with her or B or Megatron or Optimus or, well, I guess it's Overrain in D16 or whatever, but you know what I mean. Love her colors. What a beautiful pop. We have Starscream again, you know, no big deal. I mean, he's cool and all, but it's still a Starscream that we already saw. Widowmaker again. And they acknowledged this. They said that this looks different because they adapted it. They wanted it to look a little less feminine. So they did adapt certain things here from her kind of very hyper feminine look, because that was, how do you make that into the McLaren car? Like it was just easier to sort of adapt the design, and I'm okay with it. Now that I kind of have that explanation, I'm okay with it. Would it be nice to one day actually get to see a more true to the concept art version of Widowmaker? Yes, it would. But this looks really cool, and because we could get that in the future, this could easily be renamed as someone else. Kind of like I did with the Rise of the Beast Scourge. I don't call him Scourge. I call him Burden. I gave him his own name, made him his own character. I think you could do the same here with Widowmaker. But I think she looks really good. I still think you could use that for a Transformers Prime knockout. Honestly, I could see a knockout in this, no problem. The Hearts of Steel stuff, I'm not going to go through again. Not that it's not cool, but I wanted to get down to this last these last two. So this is going to be upcoming for 2026. On the left, we have, if you're looking at the screen, not on the actual left, if you're looking at the screen, here you go, here on this left, we have Arachnid, Deluxe Arachnid, and we have Voyager Alpha Tri. Well, this is her alt mode, and we also have Voyager Alpha Trion. This is definitely her from the Transformers 1 movie. Evan even said that she seemed bigger in the movie, so, very sprawling. So maybe doing her as a deluxe might be a bit small. But here's the thing. I don't think people are going to be angry about it, because you know what a lot of people are going to do? They're going to look at their Transformers Prime collection. They're going to say the air arachnid that came out then is utter garbage that should just be driven over with a cement mixer or like a steamroller or something. And they're going to say either I don't want or I couldn't get the APC Night Countess, but maybe this can stand in as my air arachnid. And I think a lot of people are going to do that. And I think it's a cool way to go. I think she looks super sinister. I like that she's a bit bigger than Alita. And with her spidery legs, I think she is sprawling. I'm even okay with her being more of like a VTOL jet type of thing than her helicopter mode, if it gives us a cool robot mode. The trick will be she has to be super articulated and she has to work well. Because if she doesn't, people are going to say this is Transformers Prime all over again and they're going to panic. I hope that doesn't happen. I think that this looks cool. I can't wait to see the color. I have APC's Night Countess, but I really like this. Dig that like VTOL-y. I guess it is kind of a helicopter, a Cybertronian-esque type of helicopter. I like it. I'm in for it. I think it's impressive. I really do. And then we have Voyager, Alpha John. He's a little bit bigger, of course. He has his mode here. His tail becomes like a whip because they said, what else are you going to do with the tail? Cool Voyager, if you want a version of Alpha Trion other than what we kind of have now. Man, I can remember for years saying, man, I wish they'd do an Alpha Trion. And now we have so many. You have third ones. We have the upcoming Age of the Primes one, the Transformers one coming out, the one from A Hero Is Born set. We have the like the more shattered glass version of him from Titan's Return. Man, and I love Alpha Trion. I think he's great. So cool. Yeah, I mean, I think that's good. A couple of other notes worth mentioning from the live stream down bottom. If I can find it here now. They have heard fans talking about a Hearts of Steel Shockwave. You never know. Maybe we will get that at some point. I talked about Deviant, the same designer, Arachnid, and Alpha Trion. Asked about Mud Flaps and Skids. They're an eventuality, just not a priority right now. Was asked about other combiners, specifically Defensor and Predaking. Said, others would be good. I would like a Predaking, even though I love the Unitoys Warlord. I would love a proper size Predaking. Monstructor was asked about. And interestingly, Evan said the pieces are out there. I can't say when or if, but they won't be dinosaurs. You give me a proper scaled Monstructor, I'm in. I already have Dino King. I have the Fans Project Dino King. But if you can give me a full proper scaled Monstructor, I'm in, because he brings nothing but dread, sorrow, and pain wherever he goes. What an amazing but bleak combiner that's long overdue. Defensor would be cool. Was asked about Rail Racer. He'd have to be made up of 3 Titans. Come on, Evan, get real. I get that it's a train. No, they don't have to be 3 Titans. You could easily do it as 3 leader class. Boom. Easily. So, I don't know. I hear some of this stuff sometimes. I'm like, you're supposed to be an intelligent guy. Come on, my dude. You're supposed to be an intelligent guy, right? So, that's kind of the news. Let me just close out. And I'm going to check in with you guys because I know you've been talking. Let me see what you guys are saying. Hey, BS Prime. Thank you for being a super chat, super fan, buddy. I super appreciate it. As I go up here, let's see. Whereabouts was I? Hey, no. I'm going to start here. I don't know if I'm up enough because I know you guys were talking. I'm also going to tell you guys the trivia now, so I'll know when I get down to the answers, right? The trivia, I think this is an easy one. What is unique? We're going to do Rescue Bots today. What is unique about Rescue Bots member Heatwave compared to the other team members? So it's something unique about Heatwave compared to the others on the team. A, is he the strongest? B, is he the only one to have a Sorry, I had something caught in my throat there. Is he the only one to have an alt mode uh, change on the show, like something that was a toy alt mode become an alt mode on the show? Is he descended from Optimus Prime, or is he actually a former Decepticon who lost his memory? So is he A, the strongest, B, has an alternate alt mode that was shown on the show, while others with an alternate alt mode would have just been like toy exclusive. I hope that I'm making sense when I say that one. Is he descended from Optimus, or is he actually a former Decepticon who lost his memory? A, B, C, or D. I'm going to read down through them and we'll see when we get there. I seriously considered canceling my Star Convoy pre-order, going to watch more reviews. I mean, it's hard to say. It's really hard to say because I don't like the idea of like thin plastic, and everybody keeps saying I don't know how to describe the plastic. Like, to me, that's troublesome, especially for something that's a Titan. That's a hefty price point. What? Those would look neat as display statues for an Autobot City diorama. I'm assuming you're talking about the little garage kits. Yeah, you're right. They could. I lose my mind when we get Missing Link Megatron. I'd lose my. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get a Missing Link Megatron. Don't hold your breath. What's missing? Their heads. The orange scum has turned my Yolo Park. What? Oh, the orange scum has turned my Yolo Soundwave into a $90 kit. Yikes. That's rough. Though it's weird that only now we're getting a Missing Link Decepticon, which could be Soundwave. Oh, a Soundwave would be an interesting one. Oh, you're right. That would be an interesting one. Because, of course, we done the best G1. Soundwave was real strong on that, as you might recall. I don't like the look of Star Convoy at all. Absolutely not going to be spending money on him. It is the only way I can describe it is say it's exceedingly Japanese. It is that era. Somebody said it the other day. That era of Transformers near the end of G1, when it was Japanese G1, and it's very Gundam-esque in terms of design. So for Star Convoy, you would have to be like into that design, which is something that some people prefer with the selects because it looks more Optimus Prime-esque, right? I think I might. I like the Titan because I actually like the design, but I think the only way I would do that is if I could sort of offload my, like if I knew could offload my selects. I think that's the only way I would consider it, so to speak. Neat design, but I'm good with the G1-ish Optimus. Yeah, I agree about the MPG thing. For that new MP Prime was going back to Masterpiece roots of doing updated designs of classic G1 design. What? For the new MP Optimus, we're going back to Masterpiece roots, doing updated designs on classic G1. Oh yeah, kind of. That's what I was talking about with like the different inspirations, right? Hopefully simpler than MP44. Hopefully. I couldn't even get through a review of MP44. I got sick of watching people try to transform it. And I was like, this is ridiculous. And I would turn it off. Well, the original idea of Masterpiece was an updated stylized of G1. I don't know where you're getting that from. It wasn't, but okay. Hey, Maximal 10. Back to Nemesis Prime. 7 minutes late. I hope the rumor about the Skybound show is real. Me too, because I like the story. It's so easy to catch up and get into it at any point. I'm sorry. I've said it before. I'm going to say it again. It shows what a competent, well-run creative team and comic book company can do when they get a license in fiction. It's the difference of to me between Skybound and IDW. I'm to the point now where I'm very comfortable saying it's the difference of night and day. As an author, as a teacher, as an English teacher, it's the difference of night and day. I would give what I'm seeing from Skybound good marks. I would give IDW. I would say, dude didn't even really try. They done a half-ass job and called it good. So you know what? Your IDW, you get a C. If you're good with that, cool. But Skybound's an A. It's as simple as that. I wish it was only the Armada cab being sold. Why? Why only the Armada cab? No. Don't worry about Dragonfly. As we go down here a bit. I still have that Centurion. I can't remember what it was called. I think we still got bits and pieces of it around here, but definitely not the whole thing. I saw Heatwave at Target today. Skipped him though. There you go. So I mean, he's out right there. Francis just said it, right? I was hoping to find Skybite. There was a Skybite and Heatwave at EB Games in the mall the other day. I saw that as well. My 2-pack showed up today. I love it. What 2-pack? I don't know what 2-pack you're talking about. There are lots of 2-packs out there. Which one are you talking about, buddy? That's a bummer, but Heatwave, if I'm mistaken, is part of a Prime. Okay. Those something are neat. Scimitars. That Seeker Elite figure could be a stealth fighter. It could. What? I want the jet more. Oh, I want the jet more than the car, but I do love the car. The colors of both. You know what? I'm kind of the same thing. I think the gunmetal gray jet is just really, really, really striking. But I hear you. We go down here. I'm okay with the Runabout Runamuck mold. Not amazing or trash, just okay in my opinion. I like it. I didn't know what to expect, and when I got it, I was real happy with both. Not that they're perfect, but I feel like the car really captures their car. I feel like the robot really captures their robot. Yeah, the transformation has a couple of little janky pieces, but I mostly found it smooth, for the most part. Megatron needs leg warmers. Yes, he does need leg warmers. That's excellent. Defo Blue in them pics. The legs on the live stream look like they were freshly painted a lighter gray. They did look. I noticed that they looked extra shiny too, Big M. They looked extra shiny to me. But again, if you want to call, because they're the same color as Siege Springer's legs, same thing. If you call that gray, then you call it gray, but it's not. I mean, you can call it what you like. I mean, listen, I can call this a dinosaur. Doesn't mean it's a dinosaur. I can call it a dinosaur all day. Doesn't mean it's a dinosaur. That's all I'm saying. Yes, don't think they're that blue looking in the live stream. 100% blue. I don't know how people. It must be Mandela effect. You must be trying to, like when people said, "Oh, they fixed it in the live stream," you must be trying to convince yourself they fixed it because it looked blue. Simple as that. Looked blue. Let's see. In the last shot, Megatron's legs were way more gray. I'm wondering if the blue legs in the prototype or something. I don't know what you're seeing. I don't know how you're sitting down and saying that it was gray. I don't understand how anybody says it's gray. Look at the 86. Look at MP36. Look at those lower legs. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not even going to debate it anymore. I'm just going to say, look at the 86. Look at MP36. Because for the record, MP36 got the color right. I'm not even an MP guy, but MP36 got the color right. Hey, Sovereign. Okay, Sovereign says BBTS has 86 up for pre-order. Everywhere has 86 megs up for pre-order. I don't think people are like they're going to jump on it. I'm going to tell you now, he's not going to be that hard to get. Not like Optimus was, because he's not colored right, and his fusion cannon isn't right. He's not going to be the next Ultra Magnus and Optimus Prime. I'm going to predict that now. I think people are thinking that he's going to be really hard to find like Ultra Magnus and Prime. I don't think he is. Somebody said, man, I can't wait for the KO that's colored accurately to come out. And I was like, oh, that's probably going to happen. Let's see. I wish that Skorponok was better articulated. I agree. The design is pretty neat. I absolutely agree. Do you think this guy will be that $159? What? Oh, the Scorp? No, I don't. I hope not. It's not that big. It's certainly not worth the $159. I mean, 60 US maybe for it. I could probably see 60 US for it. If you're paying more than 60 US for that Scorponok, you're overpaying. Wait till it goes on sale. The Yolo Park Soundwave looks splendid as always. That's right. The $90 kit. Cute little plush snarl. I agree. That Laserbeak has a magnet so he can sit on your shoulder. Oh, yeah, I didn't mention that. You're right. So he does. Yeah, I didn't mention that, but good point. I see all the yes. It's either when I mentioned David K or the Megatron pop. It's one of the two. I know it is. Definitely get Mixmaster. I think the Starscream looks ugly. It looks ugly. Oh, yeah, the Starscream looks ugly, but I think it looks accurate to the movie. But yes, it's ugly. I need to see Megatron in hand. Yeah, well, that's right. Hey, Input. By the way, if you guys haven't been watching like State of the Transformers, Input, Danny, watch it. Watch that too every week. Cheap plug for you, buddy. Let's see. The Hearts of Steel Megatron needs a cowboy hat for some reason. He does look like an ombre, doesn't he? Rootin' tootin' ombre. It's not even a fusion, but yeah, it's not even a fusion cannon. It's a literal cannon on his arm. You're right. I don't remember Megatron actually being in the Hearts of Steel comics. I thought he was. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought he was. As we go down here a little bit, and I know I'm skipping stuff, guys. I do apologize. I'm just trying to stay somewhat timely here. Thundercracker must have Disney money. There's a lot of unused real estate in that liter-sized box for Megatron. Yes, and that was addressed because a lot of people said the box is big because they make the boxes the size for bigger things like Grimlock and Megatronus, for example. Grimlock's a lot bigger than Megatronus. For the record, Grimlock is a true blue leader class at about 328 grams. He is a leader class. Megatronus is a big leader class. He's a little bit light at like 285, 295, something like that. But because it's a one-use mold, it's still pretty good. I don't think the Megatron is going to be that big. Time will tell. Let's see. Just wrapped up a few customs about 2 weeks ago. I thought it was pretty lame rationale. Oh, the Ratchet being a lame rationale, absolutely. Losing signal. Yeah, I did for a second. I don't know what happened there. I'm sorry about that. We have had some thunder, so it might be that. We have had some thunder. Wasp is half the mass Bone Crusher is. Yes, and Wasp is small. He's too small. He's beautiful, but he is quite small. Transformers fans don't know what they want. That's a good point, Master Fire. Good point. Somebody asked me the other day. I think it was Razor Bear asked me. So has Transformers fandom devolved into what the Star Wars fandom has become? Yeah, we have. Widowmaker looks pretty nice. I wish we had Mace over the laser sword. Everybody says that. But I also get what Master Fire is saying. It's advertised for 86, and in 86 he had that sword. He didn't have the mace in 86 in the 86 movie, so I get it. Grab Widowmaker and do plan to rename her. And there's, you know what, Tens? There's nothing wrong with doing that, honestly. I think I'll rename Widowmaker Wheels Striker. I mean, whatever you want. This year, Arachnid looks neat. I agree with you. No, absolutely. The only good Transformers Primary Arachnid we got is the APC Night Countess. Not even an official toy. I agree. And I do have Night Countess, and I love her. We have plans. What? I have plans to have both TFP and one Arachnid. I mean, that's up to you, but I'm just saying I have the TF Prime one too, but it's just junk. Kind of sort of had a new Skyfire repaint. I don't care about the three. What? I kind of sort of wish I had the new Skyfire repaint. I don't know what you're talking about. By the way, folks, Playmate's 40th anniversary Voltron is pretty awesome for 109. Okay, interesting. What? KO would rock. The 80s. What? That KO 86 Prime is pretty badass. Price is fair too. Yes, the price of the KOs are much more fair. I definitely, there we go. Here's the answers. Here's what I was looking for. Three Titans. I like that Input laughs at the Three Titans thing. Yes, F. That's right. Input's back. By the way, Input, while you haven't been here, man, people have been guessing Z, Q, V, W, J. You know, they've been keeping it in your steed, buddy. C, B, C. We have a lot of C's, D's. The answer is actually B. He is the only one to have a toy-only alt mode put into the show. Apparently, the Dino mode. There were like a bunch of Dino modes. Apparently, Heatwave is the only one who got it in the show. I don't remember that for sure. I can't say for sure. But apparently, all the other ones that have those Dino alt modes, apparently that was just. I'm saying the Dino is what I heard, but that was. It didn't say when I found the trivia. It didn't say what the other alt mode was, and somebody else said it's the Dino mode. But wasn't there like also a boat he became? So I don't know. That's the trivia. I thought it was a bit of a weird one this week, but apparently that's it. So make of that what you will. Let's do the unboxing and get out of here. Sorry, you just had to look at the top of my little bit sparse head, right? Okay. You did start a new fad input. I agree. You did. Okay, so we have two. Well, I guess three technically, because remember tomorrow I'm going to reshare around her review, and I do like her. As well, actually, first I'll do this. Starstream Wife today picked this up. Funny enough, Maximal 10 pointed this out to me, and I wouldn't have got it. I don't think myself, but you know what? This will make for a cute little review. It is the little energetic Niter Bumblebee, and like this is a few years old now, and it was spotted at Dollarama, so. It's from like a dollar store. I mean, I'm sure it was very, marked down and cheap for what it originally was when it came out. But this will be a neat little bee to take a look at. I'm looking forward to taking a little look at that, lad. And the other thing that I got, and I was glad to get this because I wasn't sure I was going to, because the first go around, I think this may have sold out. But I'm real. Oh, I lost that down there. Hold on. I gotta grab this. Bear with me just a moment here, folks, as I tried to do this. Maybe it's this one. Yeah, it's that one. Okay. The other thing, and I'm hoping this will be, I don't know if it'll be Tuesday or Friday next week. But it will be next week at some point. And it is, boom, Decibel. It is Dr. Wu's version of Decibel. Impact Wave or some nonsense like that. But it's Decibel. I wish that there were a couple of more points where the two parts connected. But I adore both little dinos. They are fantastic. I did not, for anybody wondering, no, I did not get the Slam Dance because I have the Hasbro Slam Dance, even though I know that the Hasbro one is a Duocon and not cassettes. But I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I don't need Slam Dance. But I did want to get Decibel so that I have somebody to go against this guy, right? Really glad to have this guy. He's a cute little lad for sure. So the Bumblebee, the Crasher, Decibel, that is all going to be next week. And I'm going to tell you right now, I already got some stuff for the unboxing next week, so you're going to want to come back around for that for sure. I, of course, love you guys. I appreciate you coming by, giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you are in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we have to offer to you through spring. Or, of course, you can hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. While you're at it, hit the subscribe button. Stick around and have some fun with us here on the channel. Thank you for being here for 6 years. Here's to however many more we can keep it going, baby. And don't forget, not for a moment, not for a second, that you, right there, man, you do make a difference in the world. And I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams on Thursday nights, right here, right now, at the stop motion premieres, or the old-fashioned way, inside the videos. One more day of school for me.